a definition of corruption is that it is the abuse of public power for private benefit. From this definition, it should not be concluded that corruption cannot exist within private sector activities, especially in large private enterprises. This phenomenon clearly exists, as for example in procurement or even hiring. It also exists in private activities regulated by the government. Sometimes the abuse of public power is not necessarily for one's private benefit, but for the benefit of one's party, one's class, tribe, friends, family, and so on. In fact, in many countries, some of the proceeds of corruption go to finance the activities of political parties.
They wrote the president and told him that they're supporting me, and thus I was appointed opposition leader. You know what my portion was? One of the first meetings I had was in a bank. A banker called me and told me, hey, your party owes this bank $4 million. And if it's not paid, we will have to, you know, the only asset the party had was BALISIER House. So my first job as leader of the PNM was to save BALISIER House. The second thing, I think was only that, PTSC sending a bill for $800,000. TTT had a, or whatever it's called, CNMG or what it's called, they had another bill for hundreds of thousands. And we have staff to pay in BALISIER House. That was my starting point as opposition leader. I can tell you today, now that there is a campaign on the basis of the performance of the leader, BALISIER House is not only safe and secure, but we are building a brand new BALISIER House. I can tell you again, I've mobilized this party with all the resources available to us, and we've liquidated our debts. Think of BALISIER House as this building on this property here on Tranquility Street. Philosophically, the conversation today of BALISIER House goes back to January 24th, 1956. Now, you PNM members, many of you dipped your hands in your pocket over the last 13 years. 13 years we have been raising the necessary funds to work very lawfully, and we built up the resources, and today your party is close to completing the construction of a brand new multi-story building at BALISIER House, built after 13 years of toil. And we are renovating the old building at the same time. A 68-year-old party, they start a narrative that contractors and government projects building BALISIER House. Could you believe that? For the last 13 years, I have no account to give to the nearest police station. The BALISIER House is police headquarters. Every month, I'm in the mayor of San Fernando over there, D2, every councillor, every mayor, every minister, everybody, every month you have to give, before you do anything else, give 5% of your salary to BALISIER House. Because we say to office holders, it is through the party that you got that office.
Corruption exists in private activities regulated by the government. Sometimes the abuse of public power is not necessarily for one's private benefit, but for the benefit of one's party, one's class, tribe, friends, family, and so on. The proceeds of corruption go to finance the activities of political parties.